They saw a servant's son, but what they didn't see was a genius who had trained for this moment for 8 long years. In a mansion built on pride, he used a chessboard to bring it all crashing down. Exclusman quote, "In Slat than more, it began as a joke." At a charity dinner in her Beverly Hills mansion, millionaire Victoria Whitman called out, "Boy, come here, show us how you play chess in the slums." She didn't know the 17-year-old carrying drinks was Diego Santos, a chess prodigy. To her, he was just the black son of her maid. The guests chuckled, whispering behind glasses worth more than Diego's monthly rent. Carmen, his mother, gripped her tray tighter. She'd cleaned this house for 20 years, now forced to watch her son be mocked like entertainment. Victoria waved with faux kindness. "Carmen, take a break, watch your son, have some fun." Diego scanned the room, calm, quiet, focused. "Of course, Mrs. Whitman, I'd be happy to." She clapped like royalty and pointed to her marble chessboard. "You've never played on real marble, have you? Each piece is worth more than your clothes." Congresswoman Mills leaned in concerned. "This feels cruel." "Nonsense," Victoria smirked. "He'll get a great story out of it." Exclusman quote. What she didn't know was that while her children played polo, Diego studied chess from torn library books and secondhand computers. He had memorized over 200 openings. He knew this game better than anyone in that room. Scythen calls he Smaith. Victoria opened the match with E4, proud and smug. Dear Indian King, a classic Harvard opening. Diego replied without hesitation. C5, Sicilian defense. The room went silent. Victoria's next moves were safe, predictable. Diego, however, played with purpose. Each move a stroke in a masterpiece. Carmen watched in awe. For the first time, she saw fear in Victoria's eyes. Not of losing a game, but of being proven inferior by someone she dismissed. Diego sacrificed a pawn. Mr. Hamilton choked on his drink. "He's setting up the fast dragon," exclamation quote. Victoria scoffed. "He probably saw it in a movie," exclamation quote. But move after move, Diego led the game like a symphony. Victoria's smile faded. Her arrogance cracked. Diego stood and walked to his mother. "Remember what you told me, Mom? That one day I'd show them who we are?" Carmen nodded, eyes wet. His 11th move cornered Victoria. Protect the king, lose the queen. Save the queen? Checkmate in 3. Victoria stared at the board. "That's not possible." "It is," Mr. Hamilton whispered, "and he's no amateur." Diego leaned in and said gently, "Check." She trembled, touched the fallen king as if she could undo what had happened. "You must have memorized that online," she snapped. Diego smiled. "You're right. Kasparov taught me." "Kasparov?" "Not in person. I studied all 183 of his games. This one, Game 23, 1984. The room was still. Then Carmen stepped forward. "My son studied by candlelight when the power was out. No internet, no coach, just him and a dream." Some guests looked away, others finally saw. Victoria fumbled, defensive. "This was a setup." "If you want," Diego said calmly, "I'll play anyone here, or all of you, at once." Gasps, silence. No one dared. "You're arrogant," Victoria hissed. "You don't speak to people above you like that." Carmen raised her head. "My son is not from the slums, and he's not being arrogant, just honest." Victoria growled. "You forgot your place." "No," Carmen replied. "I remembered my worth." Diego stood. "Mrs. Whitman, I trained because I love chess. I hoped one day I'd face someone who respected skill, not skin color or status. But you didn't want a game. You wanted to laugh." Congresswoman Mills asked, "How old are you?" 17. "How long have you studied?" 8 years. She turned to Victoria. "You mocked a prodigy, and now the world will know." Victoria's mask crumbled. Diego packed the pieces. "Thank you for the game, Ms. Whitman. I learned a lot." He turned to his mom. "Can we go? I've got school tomorrow." As they left, Mills called out, "Diego, interested in scholarships? I know people who'd love your talent." His first real smile of the night. "Very interested, ma'am." She handed him a card. Call me Monday." Victoria stood frozen. Guests left one by one. No eye contact, no admiration, only judgment. Alone now, she stared at the board where her ego had collapsed in front of everyone. But she didn't know. This was just the beginning. 6 months later, Stanford University. Diego Santos walked the campus on a full scholarship. The viral video of that night had 3 million views. Headlines read, "Teen Prodigy humiliates elite millionaire in chess match." But Diego never posted about it, never bragged. Victoria became a pariah, dropped by charities, ignored by friends. Even her longtime ally Hamilton said, "You created that disaster. Diego just revealed your blind spots." Meanwhile, Carmen was promoted with benefits and triple pay, not from pity, but out of respect. Diego launched a free chess program, 1,200 students learning confidence, strategy, and dignity. In an interview, he said, "Chess taught me every piece has value. Victoria taught me some people lose everything before they learn what truly matters." When asked if he hated her, he smiled, "I don't waste moves on grudges. I will build forward." Carmen now proudly keeps 2 framed photos. One of Diego received honors at Stanford, one of the certificates from his chess program. These are victories no money can buy and no prejudice can erase. Victoria wanted to mock him, but Diego became a symbol, because the ones who win in life aren't always the ones born at the top. They're the ones who rise from the bottom with grace. He didn't fight with words. He didn't shout for respect. He just played and let his moves speak. And in silence, he proved true greatness doesn't wear a name tag or a price tag. It builds itself, move by move.